Welcome to Bunchy News. I'm Valeria and I will be providing you with this week's weather forecast. This week we have a hot sunny week with temperatures up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. All week long the temperature will be around the 80 scale. To stay safe during this weather, I'm providing you with 3 safety tips. The first tip is to wear protective clothing. Wear something that's light in weight and color and loose to feel comfortable under this hot weather. The second tip is to take breaks and time to rest. Resting is very important during these times of heat waves. And don't forget to take water breaks when being hydrated. Lastly, eat smaller meals. For example, eat fruits high in fiber and juice that will help you gain vitamins in your strength back, and avoid high protein foods. The reason for avoiding high protein foods is that protein requires your body to do a lot of work, which creates heat. Stick to lighter carbohydrates like fruit, which require less energy and produces less heat. That's it for today's.
Here's this week's news.
Сначала появилась сильная резь, жжение, краснота. После выхода из воды несколько дней пелена перед глазами и сильная отечность. Впоследствии сильно упало зрение, то есть стало сложно различать предметы даже на близком расстоянии. С этой проблемой я обратилась к окулисту, и офтальмолог дал заключение о том, что это химический ожог роговицы.
Thank you, Natalie, for the weekly news. This is Wendy Reyes, your school news reporter. I'm here with a very special guest, and it's Coach Wright.
Hello, Wendy Reyes. It's an honor to be here and to be on ARB News.
What is the nerdiest thing you do on your spare time?
Wendy, that's a great question. I nerd out about basketball. That should be no surprise to you. Since the coronavirus, I've done about over 200 clinics, coaching clinics, to learn how to be a better basketball coach. I think I'm a good coach, but I know that I can get better. And the day that I think I know it all is the day that I need to stop coaching and teaching. So I go to all these clinics. They're all about an hour long. I take my notebook out, handy dandy notebook. So this is number 14 since March. And I write down, everything I'm seeing there. And then what I do is when I have some free time, I go back and look at it and then highlight things and then write more, or my light bulb goes on. So I review it. I was like, I like that. Maybe I'm going to try that. I use it as a drill or whatever. So I'm part of a coaching group called Key 5 Coaching, which is awesome. And so it's really helping me be a better coach. And so that's the nerdiest thing I do. I spend time going back into my 14 books. And then the other thing is I've got about 50 basketball books from coaches and different things. And I'll go and read a passage from Coach Wooden, my favorite coach, or Coach Krzyzewski, Coach K, my other favorite coach, and read stuff about that and get fired up and get motivated, and then get ready to teach and coach. So that's the nerdiest thing I do.
Why do you teach?
Why do I teach? That's a great thing. I actually started teaching right out of college. And so, give you a hint, I've been teaching for about 35 years. And I taught in the military. I taught community college. But I love teaching, and coaching is a profession of teaching. So one of the reasons I teach is I want to help students. I've had great teachers in my life who've helped me, who've inspired me, who've motivated me. My greatest coach was my dad, who was a wonderful human being who taught me to love of the game and the details and the nuances. So I coach and teach so that I can help people. I want to share my passion about physical education, about health. They're really critical subjects. We all have our own bodies, and we're the keeper of our own bodies. And we can be the smartest person in the world. We can be the most talented musician. We can be the most gifted business person. But if we don't take care of our bodies, things fail, and then life becomes difficult. So I love teaching about taking care of body. I love sharing ideas about health, how important exercise is, how important nutrition is, how important sleep is, hydration, all these simple things that touch the surface so that students can become lifelong learners about their body and taking care of themselves.
This is Wendy Reyes, your school news reporter, and we'll go with the shoutouts. Have you ever wondered what the bunch house points are about? Well, here's Dr. McDonald to explain.
Hey Stallions, hope you're having a good day wherever you are at. So thank you, Wendy, for giving me this chance to explain the bunch house system and how it's all, why we do it. So when I came to ARB as principal 3 years ago now, I wanted to create something that would be a fun way to have school spirit and get different grade levels together and have the staff compete and have fun as well. And so I learned this at a conference a few years ago. And so I brought the idea to ARB. And so it's very much like Harry Potter, if you've seen that, where everyone has a house and it's like where you stay all your 4 years. And so given that, we have 6 advisory classes per grade level, that's where we have 6 houses. So each house has 1 advisory per grade. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12. The idea that you grow in your house, the seniors can be examples to the freshmen. And that, as a grade level, you're together all the time, but it's nice to compete with each other and have the support of your house. And so where we got the names from is very intentional. We want to celebrate Ralph Bunche and his legacy. And so if you look at the names of the houses, they all are significant to Ralph Bunche in some way. So one of the houses is like the Jefferson Demos, and that represents his high school he went to, Jefferson High, right near ARB. That's where that name comes from. Then you have UCLA Bruins. That's where he went to his undergrad. Then you have Northwestern, where he got his, graduate work, and other schools where he taught in his career. So all the names of the houses come from the schools that he attended or worked at and are significant in his life. And the colors are just for fun, random colors we picked out of a hat to match, just so there would be a color to get the group together and you can decorate and, if we're on campus, we could do competitions with the color. So stuff like that will happen in the future.
Well, thank you so much for the information, and hope you all have a wonderful day.
All right, let's go. Team Orange.
Calling all advisories, we are having our first ever virtual background competition. We are looking for the advisory with the most creative virtual background. There will be a winner for each grade level. Here's what we're looking for: creativity, bunch house color, advisory name, and encouraging quote. Please email all submissions to leadershiparb2021@gmail.com by October 30th. The winner will be announced on November 2nd. Make sure to submit your virtual background. Hello Stallions! Does your bunch house need a few extra points? Then don't worry, because the leadership class is here to help. Earning house points have become easier than ever. During our bunch lunch activities Monday through Friday during lunch, every student that turns on their camera will earn 1 point towards their bunch house. It's that easy. But wait, there's more. Every staff member that joins will earn 2 extra points towards the brunch house. Wow! When you log in, make sure to turn on your camera and in the chat write your name, advisor, and your house color. Starting today all the way to the end of October. Hope to see you guys there.
And here are this week's shoutouts. Shout out to Nadalyn Saligan for being such a scholar from Natalie Macias. Shout out to Ms. Page for being a great advisory teacher and for cheering on your students to succeed in the midterms from Kevin Rivers. Shout out to Mr. Dominguez, Ms. Aragon, Ms. Jimenez, and Mr. Carpenter for helping every senior with their CSU applications. Thank you so much from all the seniors. If you want to give your teacher or student a shout out, send it to the following email, bunchynews2021@gmail.com. Credits.